Philippines, Orange Esports, 2 games down. As we look once again at the recap of the hero lineup from both teams, Orange Esports going for a very bulky early game-centric build. They've got late game scaling, but nowhere near the amount you can expect from RSG Philippines, who want to drag this out to their signature late game death ball once again. Will the Land of Dawn be crowning our next upper bracket semi-finalist today?
Let's see if this can be a clean sweep for RSG, or will the hometown buff prevail as Orange Esports try to equalize perhaps here. Again, a lot of pressure on Orange Esports with the crowd here to watch them. Demon Kite still going to get zoned away from his own jungle. Again, this is going to be Mon and Min, the twin buff, coming in to zone Demon Kite away, but it might just be Min who pays for this. He gets out still. Light is looking for more damage. No follow-up. Both teams back up.
Yeah, I think this is great response coming from RSGPH as well. But right now we see Gary, while all that was happening on the top side, and Iman being pressed all the way in. Are they going to go for a gank here?
Not too sure about that, but Min, he might get found out here. Light probably going to have Jikundo up and wants to chase him down. First blood going to be gained by Light there. Not ideal, but I think Min is okay with that because he was able to delay Demon Kite long enough for Gary to steal his orange, and now he's got his own buffs as well.
I don't know if this is the frustration that's building, but again, that would have been very easily avoided. RSG Philippines, though, looking to collapse once again, as that's a 4-man fight over for the Lethal Wanderer. RSG, they're doing what Orange did to them in the early stage, and Nats, he's not stopping, he's going under the turret, he picks
my goodness.
it up. Whoa, very aggressive movements here, and there's no punishment whatsoever from the side of Orange.
So obnoxious. That's what you get when Nats is on his signature hero. He knows exactly how he can play, how much he can extend, and be able to go all the way for the kill. And now Light on the top side also looking for balance here, looking to shut them down and provide more space for Iman to scale.
We highlighted during the drafting phase that some teams like to pick heroes their opponents drafted before just to flex on them. This time, RSG Philippines are playing with the strat that their opposing team played with before. And it is so far proving to be quite a lot of pressure for Orange, even though they should have the better early game composition.
Oh, they're going to go for the turtle here. Let's see, Nats jumping with the falling star moon. It's actually going to be Orange Esports who picks up the turtle, but Aqua with the yin overturn gets 2 and will be able to just taint it with Light with the way the Dragonborn jumping in, looking for compensation, gets caught in the knockup, and he will be bursted down next. Still has 2 health bars there, and now it's down to 1. He's still forced to back away, can't really clear out the waves as Light and Aqua will just be munching on that gold turret.
RSGPH so strong, they're back on form. This is the early game that we usually see RSGPH comfortable in, and they have just the draft to do that. Orange Esports, though, you mentioned the Stava, that they have the early game as well, but they're not able to fully utilize that.
Yeah, RSG Philippines, this is an impressive amount of adaptability here, recognizing instantly that Orange Esports is going to fight them no matter what, so they can actually feel more confident. Gary, he actually stole that buff there.
Might be paying the price though. Demon Kite is in some trouble, gets the knock up here. OE, they managed to secure 1 kill onto him to shut the jungler down.
Oh man, Orange Esports. Yeah, again, I want to go back to my point. This is the frustration building up, because a lot of these plays usually we didn't see from Orange in game number 1 and 2. They usually struggle in that mid to late transition. In the early game, they're usually just fine, right? But now we're seeing a lot of cracks in their game that RSG Philippines, again, will always be able to punish.
But I don't think it's actually that bad right now. They're still in an okay position, but here comes a fight yet again.
Knockup comes up to Min, and he manages to somehow get away. I think he popped the sprint here, so still A-okay for now, but Valence forced to pop the flicker here, as well as the torn apart memory, just to get away from that fight. RSGPH are relentless.
I think they've definitely figured out the Orange Esports code here. The textbook has been opened and they have read through all the chapters. They know exactly how Orange Esports wants to play, so they can easily leave Nats to deal with Born on the opposite side of the map and respawn 4v4. And even though Orange should be in an okay spot, the damage and control over the fights from RSG is proving to be quite a problem.
I mean, Demon Kite, he's 2 levels down below Gary, but somehow look at this aggression. They're still able to leash this turtle and get priority. OE Born, they're trying to go deep in, but Enhanced Chains knocks him up to stop him as well. They're trying to disrupt the fight as much as possible, and Orange Esports force a disengage, but Nas in the back line getting pinned by the heavy spin. Min trying to do as much as he can, but it's not going to be enough. Again, RSGPH back on the turtle.
They fought that team fight with macro more than micro, right? They just split up, just engages, baited all these abilities. 3 ultimates were used from the side of Orange
as well.
When you look at RSGPH, they only used 2 ultimates, and they all had more HP, right? Orange tries to force RSG back away, knowing full well that Orange need those resources to be able to pressure. Without them, free turtle going to the hands of the Filipino champs.
That's really good gameplay from RSG Philippines right now. As you mentioned, they know exactly what cooldowns they need to be wary of. They know which of their heroes are able to take up these 1v1 fights. And now Nat's feeling very aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, this is just Naz being Naz, but he might be punished for it right now. Gary picks up the kill. You do not want to give the kill to the jungler now. A bit too much there by Naz, but RSGPH, you know they're not going to let up, looking for something up top as well.
Yeah, a little bit too aggressive there from Nats. Too comfortable, I believe, because again, he's been getting a lot of things done in that bottom side, but because of that, that might be actually kind of fatal as Orange Esports just take that turret down. They punish 2 things here, a kill and also the turret. Born not gonna really be pressured here that much. Demon Kite doesn't really have the damage to burst Born down, so they're going to be able to get that objective and actually win out in terms of the objectives. As we take a look at the items here, Karina got the Thunder Belt already, so Gary's doing pretty well. Like you said, 2 levels ahead of Demon Kite earlier, now just 1 level.
This is interesting here. Not only does Gary go for the Thunder Belt first, we are seeing Demon Kite go for a first item Cursed Helmet on the Julian. And now they're fighting in the mid lane.
Man already goes down due to the way of the dragon. Heavy spin by Min, pins light down. Somehow he still manages to just get away scot-free. RSGPH, they're getting away time and again with the aggression, getting caught out, but still somehow slither away.
RSGPH, that, again, it's starting to keep, it's gonna keep on building at this point, right? Orange Esports, the frustration from game 1, from game 2, almost wrapping it up, and now RSGPH members are just living with a sliver of health every single time. Gary now looking for the play onto the turtle. Born jumping to that back line as Demon Kite will be there to get the turtle with the retribution. Light zones Gary away at the perfect time, and Aqua's here to look for the yin overturn, but Man with the reaction time pops that black shoes. He's still running for it though. Iman brought sprint, isn't able to catch up. Top side going to be bursted down here by Orange.
Yeah, Nas, nothing he can do here as Orange Esports, they look to take 1 objective as a consolation. Some sort of compensation for losing both the objective and getting no kills off of that.
I think we have to note, even though RSG Philippines, they're winning the fights quite handily here, Orange are actually trading quite well for objectives. They lose a tower down here, but they already took 2 away from RSG themselves. They're actually going for a slightly more disciplined route here since they recognize they can't really take these head-to-head fights now. They're going to use the resources they need and then go for objectives elsewhere.
It's going to be really tough again for the side of Orange Esports here as RSGPH have this 1,000 gold lead. With the top side, bottom side taken down, they might be looking for something more here. Falling Star Moon to lock Min down. That's the heavy spin for Min with the sprint as well. He gets out, but they lose out on 2 good resources here. Enhanced Chain comboed in. Man just disappears as the Yin Yang overturn is enough to take him out. Man didn't even have the chance to pop that black shoes.
This is why RSGPH is so sharp. They knew that they forced Min out of the situation and that they could immediately aggress onto Man, pick off that kill, and they're just so quick to execute all these fights. Enhanced Chain's going out onto Gary, but not going to be able to convert into a kill just yet. But RSGPH are slowly chunking away at Orange Esports.
Lightning Trunkian now purchased on Aqua, so that Yin Yang overturn is going to be hurting even more than before, as if it wasn't already one-shotting the members of Orange Esports. I'm personally interested to see what kind of build Demon Kite's going for here, considering that Cursed Helmet. Emma, he might have...
not even close, baby. Born gets out with literally 1 HP there. It seems like it's a pattern now for Orange, right? They just really like to play it on the edge with 1 HP.
I think both of the teams,
Yeah,
not just
true.
RSGPH. I mean, that was, I think, Orange Esports getting out with just one Min. I think it's Min. Just Min alone has gone out at least twice with low HP and somehow still making it out. But RSGPH, you can see that they have been unrelenting on this mid lane pressure here. They want to take this down. And the moment they do this, will give them the opportunity and space to contest any objective that they want.
But here is the first Lord of the game, RSG Philippines in full control. We can see that the Masha is being used to push the other side of the map, and some engagement from Nats just zoning them out heavily right now.
Yeah, again, RSGPH, they're just using the map control really well. Gary trying to look for the entrance here towards that Lord, but it's just going to be a free one for RSGPH based on setup alone. Orange Esports were not ready for that neutral objective take, and now RSG, they might just convert it over to the mid lane turret with the enhanced chain connecting out to Gary. Aqua is still very patient, and that's why, almost. If Man didn't just walk up a little bit longer, he would have just been able to get bursted down. Aqua, though, forced to flicker away. Gary, very nice movement to get out.
Very nice counter-aggression here from Orange Esports, because now that RSGPH has the Lord, it's coming down the bot lane, but they are forced to back into the safety of their turret and unable to push this lead further. And all this time, Born was also up top, just split pushing his way, so they're utilizing a plan B here for themselves.
Ooh, hold on though, Light gonna engage with the Way of the Dragon.
The way the Dragon connects at will, and that's gonna be Min jumping way too aggressive. He gets punished down as well. Balance looking for the play onto Demon Kai, puts all of his stacks there, but he will not be able to pop the torn apart memory. He gets slain, and RSG, they find a 3 for 0 out of nowhere with the Lord pushing in. This might be fatal. RSG, they can look for like a one straight push in the bottom side.
Right on that show. Oh my goodness. This guy is just so good at picking off people no matter what he uses. The Franco, the Ruby, the Cho, all the time getting the picks that they need. And RSGPH, they have completely taken down the tier 2 turrets on the mid as well as the bottom side.
I think we have to just take a look at how well RSG is using opportunities as well. They were waiting in that mid lane. They knew the Lord were pushing down bottom. The moment they knew that Orange, they're taking too long to make a decision, there's a gap in their mental state. Instantly, Light goes in, gets the kick, starts off an amazing fight. And it is these tiny vulnerabilities in Orange Esports' decision making that RSG Philippines are using to their maximum extent.
I agree, and this time, okay, Min finally now with a heavy spin, trying to look for the initiative. Light is going to get caught out, and there you go. Orange Esports on the board back again here in the 12th minute of the game, but they only catch the roamer. Iman just burst, melts Born down, but look at the damage coming from Born. Almost so close that Wind of Nature being the difference maker is Demon Kai with the tank Julian as able to bait 3 members forward. Min caught in a bad situation now as Gary is forced to use the ultimate defensively. Nats trying to lock them down. Unfortunately, does not get anyone, and Orange Esports will be able to back up. But there you go. That's the thing that we question, right? Julian tank?
At least it's not a Lancelot tank.
Yeah, it worked out though.
It did work out. Julian tank, I guess it makes sense given the composition here. There is just Light and Navs, so it's not that usual kind of beefy frontline as compared to, say, the equivalent of an Akai, Masha, as well as a Karina. So I kind of like that they're adapting that. You also have the burst to protect the burst coming from Aqua and Iman as well. Now the Lord is coming up, and once again, RSG, they have priority over this.
At this point now, we've definitely seen Julian with basically every build under the sun available, and it does seem to be working out. Demon Kai just mainly being used for utility with that enhanced chain. Literally not using any other enhanced ability. He's just setting up for his team.
This is why I don't like the Brody, right? Okay, man, just gets melted down once again. Iman's damage, it's just nasty at this point. Born trying to go for that back line, but it's not going to be able to. He's looking for the steal, but no one's hitting the Lord. It is going to be Demon Kai with the retribution, and Light goes over the Way of the Dragon and knock Gary down. It's an all-out fight as Valence will be running for the hills onto the enemy side. He's forced to go down. He goes for the start, and the Torn Apart Memory gets a trade, but again, 3 for 1, and the enhanced Lord over to RSG.
RSG, they're gonna look to push this now all the way down to the inhibitors, and the Lord is coming down the mid as well. Could this be the last stand that Orange Esports is trying to make? Born goes all the way in for Aqua, manages to pull off the damage, but the rest of the team peels for them. Mid pins down Demon Kai and manages to secure secure one kill onto him as well, forcing RSGPH to back off a little bit, but they do get this bottom inhibitor.
That was just funny to watch. Ivan was just hitting on the turret without minions.
But now the Lord is going to be pushing in. They'll probably take that mid inhibitor as well. RSGPH making, again, another good choice, backing it off. There are a lot of teams that under that situation would just try to push in and end the game with that Lord, but they recognize that Orange Esports has a lot of capacity for making these massive comebacks in the late game. They just don't want to take that chance. Looking at the damage dealt this game, Eman is confirmed 100% online. And this carry is a huge problem because it was drafted specifically for the purpose of countering this durable lineup on the side of Orange Esports.
Big yikes for Orange Esports there. If you take a look at the damage charge, Valens just isn't pumping out enough. And Born, again, gets caught out, overextended. The way the Dragon popped there and everything as well. They save the big abilities. They just want this pick off. Unfortunately for RSGPH, there's not really any neutral objectives up, but again, this is just more map control. Without that frontliner, Min, Gary, they're very susceptible to, again, Iman's damage that you mentioned.
I mean, you don't even need so much damage. You just get Demon Kite to engage. And right now, Orange Esports being one man down. RSG, they're looking for an opportunity. It's going to be Min coming through them instead, though. Pops the heavy spin, tries to push Light as well as Nas to the backline, but just going to retreat for now.
Yeah, they're looking for more though here in that top side. RSG, Iman taken low. They are looking for that base turret. But again, Orange Esports playing it really well actually defensively here. And this is where usually we also see Orange Esports kind of shine. Game 1 and now Game 3. In their base, they make the right decisions. But when they overextend, sometimes the mistakes are just really, really punishable for RSGPH. Let's take a look at the items though. In this late stage, 16 minutes in, we can already see that, again, Brody, good items. He has the items, he has the gold, but like I mentioned, the damage is not that much, to be honest, if you're up against these tanky members from RSG.
Especially when you see now, we can confirm Demon Kite with full tank on that Julian, not even a single damage item, and it is working out. He's just relying on Eman and Aqua to output all the DPS for RSG Philippines, and ordinarily this would be a very risky play to make, but it is working out here because they know that Orange doesn't actually have enough damage to deal with a more durable build.
Yeah, I mean, only coming from Valens as well as Man as well. Maybe some from Gary, unfortunately, not quite enough. And it's going to be Born again in the backline, knocked out by the enhanced chains here. Way of the Dragon also lands on him, tries to make his way out. Min pops the heavy spin just to make sure to disengage, but Born goes down still, and Nas just going down, diving for the backline. He gets knocked up, takes a lot of his damage, but still manages to back out. Torn apart memory, just not enough to close out that kill just yet.
Yeah, he still has the immortality as well, right? So again, he can just go back in here as Iman just puts his focus on zoning Orange Esports. RSG looking for the Lord here as Gary jumps in for the damage, but he's just gonna be the one who gets melted down! With the pick off! Beautiful! As he finds the way of the Dragon right on point towards Balance, and now it's just RSG looking for the base. Iman just bursting gray, Gary down. Man is left, he's all alone with Born. That's the enhanced Lord as well. 17-42. It's looking over.
I think we are very well witnessing the final moments of Orange Esports' journey in the upper bracket as the Yin Yang Overturn first takes out Man. Born, the only one surviving, but it's not going to matter to the carry. We continue the trend of 3-0 clean sweeps here at